Welcome back to my reloading bench, everyone. If you guys would like to see how one of Hornady's newest projectiles, the 130 grain ELD match, performs in my Ruger Precision Rifle loaded with Hodgen Superformance, stick around. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to go over the 130 grain ELD by Hornady, loaded with Superformance. Before we start off, just want to say a quick thank you to all the new subs. Appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing if you like what you see, like the videos. I appreciate it. So I'm sure some of you guys have been watching the channel think, Superformance, really? Again, are you tired of this powder yet? You know, everyone for 6.5 Creedmoor thinks H4350, or at least that's certainly one of the common ones that everyone thinks of. But believe it or not, for this weight class of cartridge, guys, H4350 actually has the slowest velocity, at least in the Hornady book, for max. And so Superformance was one of the highest. Some of the other higher performance, in case you guys are interested, Win 760, Reloader 17, Highwood 100V, Superformance are all right up there. The powders that are give you the max velocity. Yes, I'm aware, guys, max velocity does not always equal max accuracy. But again, we're talking long range, and if I can get a few hundred extra feet per second, I'm certainly going to try. It doesn't mean it's going to work, but doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. So this is a newer projectile out of the market. Some of you guys may or may not be aware that it was out. I know if you guys have been watching the channel, you know, we've looked at some other stuff. I know that some of the lighter class bullets are popular. I got a lot of questions for a while before I posted my last video. When are you going to do some lighter bullets? 120s, 123s. So some of you guys might wonder why the 130 grain ELD match. I think this bullet's a good compromise for weight. A lot of the people like the 120 grains. The 120 or the 123 grain AMAX is a real popular projectile. So for the 123, you can get a ballistic coefficient of 0.51. But when Hornady released this, ballistic coefficient G1 0.554. So comparative to any of Hornady's other offerings in this weight class, it's far exceeds it. I mean, the SST is only a G1 of 485, and so it's really not a contender for long range in comparison to the 130 grain here. So, plus, I've had really good luck with the match bullet, so I was really excited to try this 130 grain and see what it would do. If some of you guys have been watching my channel, you'll know that I've had really good luck with the 140 grain ELD match. Between the 120s and you know, the 140, I think that it might be interesting, you know, place right in the middle. I mean, the ballistic coefficient on the 140 grains a little bit higher at 0.61, but obviously you should be able to get some more velocity out of the 130 grain that you just can't get out of the 140. So that all being said, back to our standard format, guys. Go over our loads. When we loaded these up, we went everywhere between 44 grains all the way up to 46.7 grains. That is what Hornady's max is for this powder, for this projectile combination. Starting velocity expected somewhere is around 2685 feet per second. And Hornady's book load is supposedly going to take us to somewhere close to 2850 feet per second, though, if you've been following the series. I've been having a little bit of difficulty getting up to what the book says, so we're not real far off, but you know, we certainly haven't been exceeding the book velocity. I'll put the load data on the screen, guys. The projectile number on this, if you guys can't read the box real is Hornady number 26177. The primers that we use for the Federal 210, not the match. When I was loading these up, I didn't have any match primers yet. If you watch my Hornady die evaluation, I was actually using my specialty AMAX stem that came with my one die setter that I bought for my die set. Starting at 44 grains, our estimated velocity, again, like 2685. Our actual velocity was 2629, standard deviation of 25.5, an extreme spread of 68. However, our group size was actually pretty good, 0.692 MOA, so certainly nothing to sneeze at. Moving up to the next load, 44.8 grains. Our estimated velocity was somewhere around 2738 feet per second. We actually achieved 2704 feet per second on average. Standard deviation all the way down at 5.4, an extreme spread of only 13. And with that kind of extreme spread in SD, no surprise, 0.481 MOA. So if you guys remember my videos, 150 yards is where I seem to shoot all these guys. So as we moved up the velocity train, if you are watching the table already, you can see where we're going. At 45.5 grains, the estimated velocity of 2780, we hit 2749, standard deviation of 6.3, extreme spread of 17, but our groups did significantly open up to 1.192 MOA. We hit 46.2 grains, estimated velocity of 2820. We hit 2811, so we're getting pretty close to book there. Standard deviation of 12.7, extreme spread of 33, but our groups are opening up a little bit further, 1.22 MOA. And then our max load, 46.7 grains of Superformance, estimated velocity of 2850. We actually hit 2825. Standard deviation of 13.9, extreme spread of 33, but those groups keep opening up, 1.302 MOA. If you were going to load this, you know, around 2,700 feet per second at that 44.8 grain load, certainly very respectable group, under half an MOA, and it shot very well with, you know, good extreme spread and a low standard deviation as well. Take for what it's worth, same thing as before. Loading the max load, I still have had no real pressure signs to speak of on this lot, so I feel completely safe going to max load with these. Just disappointed that they just, you know, when they got to that max load, the groups just kept opening up the further I went. So guys, that was my information on the 130s. So I wanted to ask you guys a question. Post down in the comments, what are your thoughts on the 6.5 Creedmoor, guys? If you're shooting this round, are you guys going with the 120 grain class bullets? Are you guys going with 140 grain class bullets? And if you are, tell me what distance you're shooting at. I just don't see anybody taking these 120 grain bullets, you know, out to 1,000, which is where I'm going. But I know a lot of you guys are interested in the 120, 123 grain data. And if you guys are shooting under 500 yards, I can see, at least the math to me looks like that. So I was hoping that this was going to be a, you know, an intermittent round in there, and if I could get up to a reasonable velocity, that it would buck the wind good enough and maybe be kind of a compromise between the two weights. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, is this going to be a round you guys are going to try out? Are you guys going to stick with your 120s? Are you guys going to stick with your 140s? Just let me know what your guys' thoughts on that is. That's all I really have for today. Like I said earlier, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Turn on notifications if you want to be notified when I post a video. I've been trying to post a video every single week, and I'm hoping to hit that goal. Got some reloading stuff planned. I've got some more loads to give you guys the information on what my velocities were, what my group size was. I have another video coming up on a comparison between the 3 die sets. I've shot those. I think that's some interesting information. So stick around if you guys want to see that. If there's some other information on the Ruger Precision Rifle that you guys are interested in, that you guys aren't finding on, let me know what it is in the comments. Always looking for good ideas to make videos on. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, please like the video, comment below, and you guys have a great day.